Do not worry.
Well, howdy, folks. Welcome to a brand new episode of Do Not Worry, episode 153. I'm your host, Anthony, coming to you from the heart of Lebanon. Joined by the crew, we got Nour and Nadim this week. How's it going, guys?
Hello, guys. We're good.
Ya ahla wa sahla feekum, ya ahla wa sahla. Some Arabic to greet all our foreign viewers, guys. How's it going? Well, this week we're ranking the best and worst Lebanese Hollywood celebrities, folks. People that you might not even know are Lebanese. We're going to be doing a tier list, the ultimate tier list. We're also discussing Twitch's recent terms of service update where they've determined that the word Zionist is a slur, apparently. So that's news to me. Ethan Klein continues to lose his mind in his desperate battle against Hassan and Twitch. And we're going to be reacting to some more Lebanese influencers. And we have a Patreon exclusive clip where the interns are finally going to get their chance to try Maestro's new juice. Noor, you're very excited about trying that juice, aren't you? Yawning in excitement.
Yes.
But they're going to get to try these disgusting juices. They might like them. If you guys want to know what they think, you're going to have to support us on Patreon. Speaking of patrons, we have some brand new patrons that I'd like to welcome to I was going to say family, but that's too close to age 3. Welcome to the Do Not Warriors, folks. New abductee patrons like Wabs, Mello, Viva Lalisa, and Dimitar Tasev. Blonde patrons like Kokomo, QB, and Nicholas Tushianu. And superhero patrons Ragad and Inky. Thank you guys so much for supporting us on Patreon. The best way to support this channel is actually on Patreon because YouTube has been very inconsistent with monetization lately. Anytime we react to any footage of explosions or anything, we're getting demonetized and getting limited ads. We're going to talk about that in a second, actually. So if you'd like to support us, please do. We do occasional Zoom calls with the patrons, which are super fun. You can join our Discord, where we're also going to be doing like fun calls on Discord. We drop exclusive content on Patreon. You can see the episodes a little bit early. So yeah, we really appreciate you guys' support. And just a quick highlight, we have some of the sweetest patrons on the planet. One of our patrons, Lizzie, offered to like start a clips channel for us, just to like take clips from the from the episodes and like just upload them to a separate channel. We used to upload clips on the channel, but I kind of stopped because I felt like they weren't getting enough views and it was extra work for the interns to do like extra thumbnails, extra editing. I was like, screw it. But Lizzie was like, hey, he's like, I'll do it for you guys for free. I was like, I really don't feel comfortable having anyone work for free, but thank you for the offer, Lizzie. And Sahad, another one of our patrons, offered to do subtitles because she's like, I don't like these AI subtitles you're using. She's like, I'm down to help you guys for free.
We hate them too, for real.
I'm like, again, look, we got people on the subtitles, but if it gets too difficult, we might tag team sort of Sahad into.
If I remember correctly, I think Lizzie used to clip H3 channel.
He used to clip H3, exactly. Like he used to make H3 clips, which is crazy. Like someone who used to make an unofficial H3 clips channel now is offering to make clips for us.
Wow.
This is insane. This is all insane. But yeah, you guys are really the best patrons. We love you guys so much. Thank you for your support. It really means more than you guys know. And yeah, so speaking of YouTube kind of limiting us, so what's been happening? So last week, for example, we wanted to upload our episode on Thursday, and then we ended up having to delay it because the video got limited ads. Now, what we usually do is we upload a low-res version of the episode like a day before. It usually gets cleared like for copyright, for advertisement, but as soon as we upload the HD version, for one reason or another, it always gets limited ads. And then you can request a review for them to review, and then maybe you can get your video monetized before you have to publish it. Sometimes it takes like 15 minutes and you get a green dollar sign. That means you can monetize your video. Sometimes it takes up to 5 or 6 days. So what ends up happening is we'll release our video with limited ads, and then 4 or 5 days later, I get an email that says, hey, by the way, your video's fine. We didn't find anything like questionable. Here you can monetize it again, but by that point, all of the views would have already come and gone, and you can't really monetize the video anymore. And most of the time, they don't even really tell you what caused your video to get limited ads, but last time, they actually specified maybe about 6 seconds worth of video, which was footage of Beirut getting bombed, essentially. We had like 3 TikToks of buildings in Beirut getting blasted by rockets. And that footage was deemed too violent to be on YouTube, even though this is the reality that we're living every single day. And like we acknowledge this is a silly, light, stupid show, but we do want to like remind you guys that as we were talking about silly Lebanese influencers and H3 drama, Lebanon is currently being bombed. Millions of people are displaced. Thousands of people are dying, getting killed, women, children. And we want to share that with you and show you some of that footage. And we weren't showing you anything violent. There wasn't any blood. There wasn't any, you couldn't see physically people getting hurt, but you can see buildings getting exploded. And YouTube is determining that our reality, the reality that has been sort of dictated upon us by the United States, by Israel, by the West, we can't show you what we're living. And if we try to, they demonetize us. Now, that's a way for YouTube, in my opinion, to censor anti-Israel content. If you want to criticize the war, if you want to show people the reality of what the West and what Israel is doing to people, they de-incentivize you from doing so by being like, hey, you want to talk about this stuff? Fair enough, but you're not going to be able to have ads on your videos. And if YouTube doesn't feel like they can put ads on your videos, they actually limit the video's reach because they don't think that they can make money off of it. If you make a video that is ad friendly and company friendly and whatever, YouTube is more than happy to promote it, push it on the algorithm, and have more and more people watch it. So this is an active way that YouTube is suppressing speech. They're suppressing content from Arab creators who are just trying to share the reality of what they're going through. And because of YouTube's rules, we can't show you what's happening. And now some of you might be thinking that, hey, you have a Patreon, you don't need to show us this stuff, like you have other ways to monetize your content. We need every dollar we can make off of this channel. These episodes are 2 hours long sometimes, and for the whole episode to get dinged for 10 seconds of footage is not fair. And we have a lot of people that work hard to make this podcast happen, so we can't afford to just miss out on monetization every week for 10 seconds worth of footage. So it's just really messed up, and we thank you guys for supporting us on Patreon because you have been making all of the difference. So thank you so much.
Yeah, like it wasn't enough that we're getting bombed every day. They also have to demonetize us because we're getting bombed every day, and we're just trying to showcase what's happening to us.
Apparently, our reality is very
it's too violent. But there was one video that I think we can get away with showing you guys. It was released on Instagram by a Lebanese actress called Aya Bihaidar. I follow her on Instagram. You're good friends with her sister, I believe. And it's a heartbreaking story of how sort of their grandmother had worked her whole life to give them an apartment, to give her granddaughters an apartment. And that apartment has been destroyed by Israel. And everything that their grandmother worked so hard to provide her granddaughters is gone. And this is just the story of Riwa and Aya and their grandmother's house. And hopefully we don't get dinged for this. There's nothing too violent in this footage, but hey, let's see. It's worth sharing.
مرحبا، هيدا بيت أمي. راح بيت أمي اللي بشارع حاطوم. بعتولنا إياه معلم بالأحمر وبثواني نزل على الأرض. 21 سنة من الحياة والذكريات اللي عشناهن بهيدا البيت دمرتهم إسرائيل بثواني. هيدا البيت بالأساس كان لستة. جمعت حقه لما كانت صغيرة واشترته، بس تجوزت أمي خلتها تسكن فيه كرمال ما تستأجر برا. جابت أمي ولدين وبنتين، وستي كانت بتعرف منيح أنه قانون الورثة ما بينصف البنات، فقررت تضمن حق حفيداتها، يعني أنا وأختي. عملت المستحيل لتنقل ملكية البيت لأمي، وبدورها أمي بتنقل ملكيته لإلنا. بس أمي توفت فجأة بسكتة قلبية، ورغم كل هيدا أصرت ستي إنه تعطي البيت لإلنا وتتنازل عن حقها. بس صارت الحرب وبتتهجر ستي من بيتها وضاحيتها، وب14 تشرين الثاني نهار الخميس الساعة 3:30 بتنزل إسرائيل إنذار، بتعلم البناية اللي فيها البيت بالأحمر وبتدمر البيت وبتدمر كل أحلام ستي إنه تعدل. بتبكي ستي كتير، مش كرمال الحجر أو الدمار، هيدا الله بيعوضه، بس بكيت لأنه فشلت كل محاولاتها بإنه تعدل، ولأنه ما وفت وعدها لبنتها، لأنه إسرائيل ما بتعرف إنه في ست من برج البراجنة قررت تصور على النظام وتعطي بنات بنتها حقهم، لأنه إسرائيل ما بتميز بين رجال ومرأة، ولأنه هيدا الكيان اللي عمره أصغر من ستة ما بيعرف العدل قده.
Yeah, this is millions of people other than Aya and Riwa are going through this in Lebanon right now. Losing their homes, years of memories, decades of memories.
And this is one of literally thousands and thousands of stories. And it's really heartbreaking. Like, you don't know what to say in face of something like this.
It's really important for us to share this because, again, a lot of our viewers are new to the channel. They're coming from, our Lebanese viewers know what's happening. But you guys are coming from abroad. And actually, let me share some updated stats of the channel. And just to complete the story. So yeah, we delayed the podcast because we decided to cut out the part that was demonetized, and then we re-uploaded it, and then everything was fine. So I just wanted to share some interesting. So the channel has been growing a lot ever since Hassan reacted to the channel, and ever since we made that H3 video, which got a lot of traction. And I just wanted to show some of the evolution of the channel. So ever since Hassan reacted to us, we got maybe around 2,000 subscribers because of that. But ever since the Ethan video, we've gotten 5,000 subscribers. So the channel has almost doubled in subscribers since just a couple of months ago. And I just wanted to share where the views are coming from. So this is from the last 28 days. Okay, so the last month. 37%, almost 38% of our views have come from the US in the past 28 days. 8% have come from Canada. Only 7.5% have come from Lebanon, which is kind of crazy. 5.3% from the UK, 3% from Australia, almost 3% from Germany, 2.6% from France. We got some United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, and Netherlands. So obviously there's a lot of Lebanese people that live all around the world. The Lebanese diaspora is huge. There's like 14 or 15 million Lebanese people living outside of Lebanon, and only about 5 or 6 million Lebanese people in Lebanon. But there's millions of us abroad. So it's kind of crazy that almost 40% of our views, and when you add Canada, like 45 to 46% of our views are coming from North America, which is insane. Also, something that has really shifted is my channel. This channel used to be about 70% male views and 30% female audience. It's now almost an even split. This past month has been 48% women and 50% men. So
That's awesome.
And I've been noticing it in the comments too, like a lot more women commenting, supporting us on Patreon, which is awesome. Like, it's very cool. And it also shows how much H3 really appealed to a lot of women. I felt like the majority of the H3 audience were women. And now that a lot of these people are leaving H3 and trying to find other content creators that you guys like, we got a huge influx of female viewers. So that's fucking awesome as well. Here are some other, like, you can see similar channels that you guys are watching, and YouTube actually shares that insight with me. So other channels that you guys are watching, which is kind of cool. A lot of BadEmpanada. So I know you guys are watching BadEmpanada. Uninformed Leftist, which is also like a pretty new channel who's been doing a lot of Ethan Klein content. So he's been...
That's true.
His channel has been growing. That's kind of cool too. We got some Hassan Abi archives and like clips channels that you guys are watching as well. We got the Cavernacle, who's made some pretty cool Ethan Klein videos as well. I've watched them, and he's really cool. I followed him on Twitter. The Vanguard, which I like. They make fun videos. Ethan Klein's channel, you guys have been watching. Obviously, some more Hassan stuff. Brittany Simon, who I'm not familiar with that creator, but I think I saw a couple of her clips on Twitter. Finally, Ethan's Basement, who made a very, very compelling Ethan critique just like a couple of weeks ago. And he used to make also H3 clips. He was a fan channel, essentially. Bat Hasbara, which is a podcast, which I've heard a lot about. A lot of people have been recommending that I check it out. So I am, and I actually follow the host on Twitter. And here's a couple of more examples. But it's just kind of cool to see what you guys have been watching. And it's very cool to be lumped in with a lot of these creators because I'm a fan of a lot of them. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. And again, to anyone who's coming from abroad, welcome. This is super random. This is a Lebanese podcast where we talk about weird Lebanese things. So yeah, it's nice to see all these international viewers. So let's talk about Twitch changing or updating their terms of service and deciding that the term Zionist is a slur. So this is obviously a lot of Ethan Klein's doing and all of the complaining that he's been doing. So he got what he wanted, him and like Destiny fanboys. But let me read what Twitch had to say in their updated terms of service. Our hateful conduct policy is designed to protect our community from attacks based on a person's protected characteristics, such as race, nationality, religion, or sexuality. The policy prohibits harmful behaviors like suggesting that a victim of harm deserved it or sharing a hateful image or symbol. The language used to cause harm and spread hate changes over time. To ensure our policies adapt to those changes, we review them and how they're applied to prevent those harms. As part of our hateful conduct policy, we prohibit the use of terms that may not be harmful or abusive in isolation, but can be used as a slur or to denigrate others in certain contexts. In line with that approach, starting today, using the term Zionist to attack or demean another individual or group of people on the basis of their background or religious belief is against our rules. We recognize that Zionist and Zionism also refer to a political movement. Using the term to refer to the political movement, whether in a supportive or critical way, does not violate our hateful conduct policy. Our goal isn't to stifle conversation about or criticism of any institution or ideology, but to prevent coded hate directed at individuals and groups of people. We include examples of the language we prohibit in our enforcement notes here, and I'm going to read some examples. We want to make sure that our hateful conduct policy continues to be flexible and cover terms that may be used to cause harm to others. We'll continue to evaluate our policies to ensure that they're protecting our community effectively. Now, this is fucked up. Like, as if we needed Twitch to tell us what Zionism means. Like, oh, hey, guys, Twitch decided that it's a slur. I guess we can't say Zionist anymore. So let me read some examples of what is permitted and not permitted. So, for example, of how the words can be used. It offers examples of allowed and prohibited uses of the word. So, an acceptable example is, Zionist settlers keep encroaching Palestinian borders. You can say that on Twitch and not get banned. But if you say that a Zionist pig, for example, or a Zionist whatever animal,
Name of animal.
Zionist bull, Zionist slash name of animal would not be acceptable. So yeah, you can't choose, if Zionist sounds like an insult, can you just call someone a Zionist? Is that okay? I guess that should be fine, which is what most people do anyways. So look, this is vague. This is, to me, honestly, this is horrible. This is, again, another way for Twitch to stop the criticism of Israel. And this is not Twitch. This is people like Ethan Klein and Destiny and pro-Israel people and the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, which is basically like an Israel lobby. All of these things are making sure that you can't criticize Israel. They want to stifle the language that you can use. Again, they're conflating anti-Zionism with anti-Semitism. And if you're criticizing Zionism, that means you're an anti-Semite, etc., etc. That's all a load of bullshit. Zionism has been around for decades. It is an institution. It is a political ideology. Thank you, I guess, Twitch, for telling us that it's a slur, but that is completely insane. And that is all because of Ethan Klein, obviously, and his team up, basically, with Destiny. They've been sending Twitch, like, email chains, and it's been absolutely ridiculous to think that an Islamophobe like Ethan Klein has a say over what is anti-Semitism.
But don't you think that they did this to shut Ethan up? No.
Oh,
They made it like, you can't say Zionist, but you can't say it quoted in an insult.
And a slur, yeah.
Well, Ethan actually, to your point, he released a video kind of talking about it, and he's actually like, how are they going to enforce this and stuff? Let's react.
Ethan is never happy with anything.
Let's react to Ethan Klein. By the way, he was very happy to take credit for this. He released a video on his channel like gloating about it. Let's watch Ethan react to this.
I'm pretty sure that there must be at least 20 VODs of Hassan's, of him using that word as a... Yeah, okay, here's my issue. Already, Twitch is not enforcing their own policies. The Houthi videos, of the propaganda videos of interviewing the terrorist kid, of the Houthis like storming this shipping boat, it's still up on Hassan's channel, and he has not been punished. Not even warned, as far as I know.
Hassan's not been punished. He's not been warned. Like, this is so fucking pathetic. I really can't get over it. Like, every time I hear Ethan complaining about this stuff, like, they need to punish him. Like, what do you want them to fucking do, bro? Like,
Yeah, because he's making everything seem like everyone's anti-Semitic towards him, but everything he's calling for, he only wants Hassan to be banned.
He's insane.
This is the only thing he wants.
He's literally doing to Hassan the same thing he did to Trisha Paytas and to like Ryan Kavanaugh. When he fixates on someone, he will literally not stop talking about them and shitting on them in public
Until they get banned.
Until they get either banned or he just like smears them completely. What a piece of shit.
And they threw like his little waiting room friends under the bus, but he's totally fine somehow, even though this is really all about him. So they already don't enforce their policy, right? So
This is
that
really
doesn't
all
give me a lot
about
of
him.
faith.
Yes.
But then the other thing is, so who's going to decide if the usage of Zionist is a slur or if it's like a relevant label, right? Is it going to be the same people that are refusing to punish Hassan for flying a Houthi flag that says, a curse upon the Jews? Well, he didn't fly it, but you know.
We need to punish Hassan.
Such
the
a
videos he enjoys.
bitch.
What about, Hassan glazing up Hassan Nasrallah? He doesn't deserve me saying his name fully. He doesn't have.
حسن نصر الله فشل على رقبتك يا اخو موتك انت ومر صهيونيه The leader of a fucking resistance force that fucking fought you guys single-handedly, you motherfucking genocidal fucks. You're the fucking terrorists. You're the fucking genocidal fucking terrorists. To have Ela Klein's voice, Mrs. Yoav Galan is a really good fucking guy. To have this fucking idiot fucking tell me who Hassan Nasrallah is supposed to be, I'm fucking sorry. That's fucking offensive.
That's so weird to look at a 40-year-old guy bitching around for like some YouTube
Is he
streamer.
40?
Bro. What the
They need to
fuck?
ban Hassan. They haven't banned Hassan.
That respect. He's fucking dead. He's dead. Now he's Nasrallah.
Oh.
So who's gonna make that call, right? Is it Dan Clancy?
Is the CEO
disgusting.
of Twitch qualified to make that call?
He's so stupid. He knows no one can make that call. You know why? Because because it's not a fucking slur. When someone is talking about Zionism, 99% of the time they're talking about the ideology, the fucked up Israeli ideology and the government. So he's like, who's gonna determine it? Because you can't, bro. It's not a fucking slur. It's not a slur. He's trying to like, how are they gonna? Because you can't. It's impossible, man. It's impossible.
Imagine Nazi being a slur.
It's exactly the same thing as
Yeah.
Nazi being a slur. Like, do they mean Nazi as like German? No, they mean Nazi as in a fucking Nazi, bro. This is the same thing as fucking Zionist. You can't make it a slur all of a sudden and then be like, well, I don't know. Does he mean it as a slur? You can't. It's fucking confusing, bro.
Who's qualified to make that?
No
I know
one.
that everybody who works at Twitch
He wants to be
is
on
like-
that panel
Yeah,
for
right.
sure.
mega Hassan simps, right? We've seen the videos of Dan Clancy singing him happy birthday and forcing everyone to participate, but they all love him and they all think and feel the same way. So who's doing it? Who has the wisdom, the cultural background
You do, Ethan.
to say this one is racist and this one is okay?
You're the
I'd
one.
like to
You're
know
the
because I think
one.
that's
What can they
important,
do
because
more
as
than
it
that?
stands, the people who are in policy, frankly, are clearly not capable of making that call.
Because you can't make
If
that
it
call.
was like some Jewish advocacy group that was involved in these decisions, then I think like, okay, that might be legit. But as it stands, it seems to be a pretty hollow guarantee from Twitch, trying to make these things smooth over. And I think it's going to cause them a lot of trouble. I think it's insane. It's an insanely new policy because it's like the word Zionist is thrown around on Twitch like, you know, every other word with these political streamers, right? So
Because we're talking
how
about
the fuck
Zionists.
Are they
Who?
going to actually sort through that
Which
and decide?
political streamers?
And then they're going to get like
Hassan?
massive tons of reports.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to do it. I doubt that I don't even doubt that they'll ever even enforce that rule one time. Not even one single time.
He's so upset, bro. They're not gonna enforce the rule, yeah, because they can't, bro. Again, who like you want some fucking 21-year-old like intern that works at Twitch to be like, I think he meant Zionist in a racist way, or it's like, bro, what the fuck?
The fact that he's mad about it is what tells me that they made these like the terms
Changes.
of service just to shut him up.
Just to like appease him, like, yeah, shut the
Yeah,
fuck up. We're
like,
gonna take care of
khalas,
it.
okay.
Wink, wink, and then they're just gonna ignore
All I'm
it.
thinking about is how annoying can you be in order for a whole fucking company as such as Twitch to change their fucking policy just for a 40-year-old guy complaining about a 20-something old guy
Ethan-
behind the mic.
Yeah, you can be Ethan Klein level of annoying, and you know what I mean.
What
And
the
get-
fuck?
And get the ADL to join your cause and shit, and yeah, that's what happens. And let me read a comment that was actually posted under that Ethan Klein video. By Dokaju. And what is funny is that Ethan believes that this minor change in the discourse will change the on-the-ground reality of Israel ethnically cleansing Palestinians. This is beyond absurd. But let's play this game. If you don't want to be called a Zionist, which of the following do you prefer then? 1. Genocide apologist. 2. Propagandist for a genocidal state. 3. Pro-genocide operator. We are open to describe the ongoing genocide and your support for it in whatever way makes you most comfortable. And like that's so fucking accurate. First of all, whatever you call it, if you call it Zionism or not, it doesn't change the ground reality of what's happening right now. Palestinians are being murdered by the thousands, day by day. So are Lebanese people. And you don't want to call it Zionism? Fine, we can call it something else. Genocide apologist? Whatever you prefer, Ethan Klein. Seriously, my man. But again, stop focusing on the wrong shit. So then Ethan released another video criticizing Ludwig, who's also another Twitch streamer who's one of Hassan's best friends.
He's now a YouTube streamer.
Oh, he's YouTubing on streamer. He's okay.
YouTubing on
He's
streamer.
YouTubing on streamer, so he's a YouTube streamer. Okay. And incidentally, Ludwig is dating QT Cinderella, who's also a Twitch streamer, and Sam, who used to be a crew member on the H3 podcast, left H3 a few months ago to go work for QT Cinderella. So in a way, Ethan criticizing Ludwig and insulting Ludwig is him kind of indirectly shitting on QT Cinderella and shitting on his ex-crew member that now works
Yeah.
for QT Cinderella. So you got to keep all of that in mind when Ethan does what he does. So Ludwig released a video talking about the Twitch apocalypse and the stuff that was happening with their terms of service. And Ethan wasn't happy that Ludwig didn't mention Ethan at all, or Hassan. So Ethan is having a mini freak out over this.
This is an issue Twitch has been dealing with for years, which is inconsistency in their bans. All right, they have their code of conduct, their terms of service, whatever. They have to ban based off of that, and sometimes it's not upheld consistently. All right, and so this became, you can see October 16th is the day Asmin got banned, a very common trend. All right, oh, you ban Asmin? Well, what about when Frogan said this, crazy thing about U.S. soldiers? All right, and Twitch got basically controversy after controversy after controversy.
No mention of Hassan. or me, frankly.
No.
Not to suck my own dick here, but
No.
I did a whole
You're definitely
3-hour
not.
episode dedicated in, meticulous 14 pages of meticulous thesising about why I thought Hassan was harboring anti-Semitism and all the various examples of it.
Where's my credit?
I thought that was probably a big moment for this all as well, but he doesn't mention any of that. How can he not mention Hassan?
Or me.
And the hard work he's been doing.
And at first, this was maybe just some like social media stuff. But then there was a concerted effort by people to go straight to the advertisers. All right. Because Twitch wasn't buckling. They weren't like banning other people for their comments based off the social media blow up. They were just kind of holding fast. They banned Asmin. They're like, okay, we're good now. Please leave us alone.
That's, I think, somewhat true, but I think the underlining problem here is that they agree with the creators who they're not banning. They agree with Hassan and with Frogan, and it's an ideological decision. Like, it's not an unbiased decision to enforce the
They agree
rules
that Zionism
equally.
is
This
bad,
is
you
them
dumb fuck.
refusing to further other political point of views and identities that they agree with. It's downright corruption. It's horrifically bad.
It's horrifically bad that Twitch agrees with Hassan and Frogan that Zionism is bad. Oh my God, Ethan, you're so fucking dramatic. And again, you got some comments from his own audience, sort of criticizing his points of view. So here's one comment by Elahim. Says, Ethan, the past 2 months of trying to destroy Twitch. Why won't these Twitch streamers talk about me? My boy gotta have some self-reflection and check himself. Sincerely, a falling fan. Falling, not fallen. I still love the show and it's not political. And another comment. The spiraling is genuinely insane. An entire video ranting about how you're not the center of attention. Full narcissism on display. Your fans will encourage this though, being the drama vultures that they are. Just sad to see, honestly. And again, Ethan Klein is just upset that Ludwig did not give him the credit for causing the Twitch terms of service change, which no one is happy about except fucking Ethan and a bunch of other fucking Zionists, because they're more than happy to limit people in how they can criticize Israel. And Ethan doesn't want people to call his wife an IDF terrorist. Ethan gets upset when someone says that his wife is a crazy Zionist IDF soldier. So
Also, he's complaining, how did he not mention him and Hassan? And the second clip I got, when he does actually mention Hassan, he hates it. He absolutely despises it.
let's play that second clip.
There's currently in Twitch world a piss match, right? Hassan is blaming Asmongold for the adpocalypse for teaming up with people who he says, and Asmin is
looking at me and blaming me. I want to say you're welcome.
taking blame himself and probably talking about DEI again for the 100th time. If I had to guess.
Well, why do you have to guess? You're the guy reporting on what happened, right? Why we guessing Ludwig? But certainly, Ludwig is making a lot of guesses in this video here. And I'm guessing that Hassan's cock must taste pretty good. Hassan, he doesn't use baby wipes. He just calls Ludwig over.
How disgusting that Ethan Klein and Asmongold are both trying to fight for like who gets credit for the change in terms of service. Like, you want to be associated with the fucking Asmongold, Ethan Klein? Like, that's what you want? You and the fucking nastiest fucking streamer on Twitch, Asmongold,
Asmongold, Destiny, all those.
It's fucking pathetic. You know what I mean? It's super sad. But
He's
anyways,
not even happy with the changes, though.
he doesn't know what he wants. He just wants them to. You can't talk about Zionism anymore at all. Like, that's
He
what
just
ideally.
wants Hassan
And to be
banned.
banned.
He cares about nothing else. I'm sure he doesn't care about the Twitch
The war,
terms of
even
service or
the whole
people
war.
saying Zionist.
Hassan clearly is like one of the biggest proponents of this. I would say he is the biggest proponent to a lot of the contention around the, quote, adpocalypse. He's the main reason why this is, like 90% of the examples that are being used are him. Like, or maybe not 90, it might be 80, 70%. But it's like the majority of all examples on the entire platform are all Hassan. So, yeah, very clearly this is the reason why it's happening. Now, you can say that it's unfair, but that's fine. That's okay. But you can't say it's not happening or that's not the reason.
Here are some Ethan Klein Instagram stories. He screenshotted a few comments criticizing him. One of the comments says, Ethan's unhealthy obsession with destroying Hassan's career is sick and makes me very sad. Another comment says, you are spiraling, my guy. Ethan writes, you guys give me the strength I need to keep fighting. People in my comments of my new video are mad that they can't use Zionist as a slur anymore. Here's another comment. Someone says, as a fellow parent, your children are going to see everything you've done and the person you've chosen to become. History will remember you and what you've chosen to stand for. You'll be remembered with the worst of humanity, all because you're spicy about losing subs. I hope it was worth it. And here's what Ethan wrote. My kids. This is why I'm willing to lose half of my audience. So one day my boys can look back and be proud their dad stood against hate.
Damn.
So you don't want them to be proud that their dad stood against the Zionist regime that is genociding hundreds of thousands of Palestinians. No, you want your kids to be proud that you stood against a few weirdos on Reddit and Twitter that you claim are anti-Semitic. That's very logical. I think your kids are going to fucking cringe at you, Ethan Klein. So those are the Instagram stories. Quickly, actually, last week, Ethan played Twitch or Terrorist on his stream. There was something in the editing where you guys couldn't see the clip last week, but you could hear the audio. Let's just watch that clip. It's 15 seconds.
Hit me with that game show. Today, my friends, we are going to play the exciting game here. You at home, play along. We're going to play, is it Twitch or is it a terrorist?
Oh my God. So
Let's take
fun.
a look here, guys.
This is the man that wants to make the word Zionist a slur on Twitch. The man who's playing Twitch or Terrorist live on stream. Good job, Ethan. Good job. Just a fun thing. Ethan has been going after BadEmpanada. BadEmpanada, friend of the show, who's watched a few of our videos, who's left some comments, who's even asked to potentially collaborate with me. I would love to. I'm in contact with BadEmpanada. He's a little bit busy now. He's dealing with Ethan coming after him. So, but he released a very funny. So Ethan's been accusing BadEmpanada of being a terrorist sympathizer, of being a P word, like a P word. I think that's enough. And BadEmpanada has been trolling him in such an amazing way, and he just released this video today, which I find hilarious. There's a song in here. I think we should all watch this together because a lot of this applies to us as well.
Greetings. I am the true leader of the YouTube channel that viewers know as BadEmpanada. We at the BadEmpanada Foreign Influence Operation would like to thank Ethan Klein for his help in bringing our operation to prominence. We have long been working to destroy American values, and thanks to his recent actions, our efforts are finally bearing real fruit. As he loses viewers and subscribers, we gain them at an exponential rate, higher than ever before. Each viewer he loses is one less viewer of American propaganda.
Yo, that's true.
Each viewer we gain is one more exposed to propaganda. A sleeper agent ready to act on our signal on a moment's notice. The work that Ethan Klein has done recently to help bring down America. And Israel has been exemplary, and we thank him greatly. So much so that we even wrote a song for him. Those of us at sincerely hope you enjoy this tune while you wait to hear us utter the code word that will spur you into taking action for our purposes against your will.
Hey.
Hey, I hope this is not copyrighted. Oh my God, BadEmpanada, please.
Thank you, Ethan Klein. You are my best friend. You destroy the legitimacy of any cause you tie yourself to. You are the legend. Thank you, Ethan Klein. You are my best friend. You are the living refutation of meritocracy. You are the legend.
I love it, BadEmpanada. We love you. If you guys would like us to do collaboration with BadEmpanada, there's a lot of heat on BadEmpanada right now. Like, I don't know if we want to catch any of that smoke, but I think I want to catch me some of that smoke. If you guys want us to do like a fun interview with BadEmpanada or something, let us know. We'd love to get in contact with him. He's an enemy of Ethan Klein. That means he's a friend of the show. He's a friend of the show. He does have some unhinged tweets. If those are really his tweets, he's insane on Twitter, according to Hassan. But this was hilarious. And again, absolutely, like Ethan has been the biggest source of our channel getting new subscribers. Like, he's driving people away from his channel, and they're all subscribing to these other alternate podcasts and shows and content creators. And he's just helping our cause. So Ethan, keep going.
Thank you.
Keep spiraling. Keep crashing out, man. We're all benefiting from this, and we're spreading the word about Lebanon and what's happening thanks to you and thanks to your stupidity. So we really appreciate it.
Imagine now Ethan Klein is on the shelf next to Philuk.
Mahek, right? He's one of our characters now. He's one of the people I've beefed with. Joins Dr. Food
Shout
and
out to Philuk.
Joy Tasidis. As far as I know, there's not going to be an update. Ethan did mention on the last episode of H3 that he's going to be doing more of these Ethan Klein videos. I don't think he's going to be talking about Hassan on the main show anymore because, again, they're hemorrhaging views and subscribers. He's going to be doing it on his own channel, which is also hemorrhaging subscribers. He's lost like 5,000 subs in just a few days. But he's going to be doing more reaction videos, more stuff on his own channel, so keep an eye out for that. And we'll try to react to those every once in a while, maybe next week if he releases something really egregious. Just a quick, fun article that I want to read with you guys. Here is the title. Some Israeli propaganda, some nice Zionist propaganda. Let's say the word Zionist as much as we can before YouTube decides to ban it. How about that? Because I feel Ethan Klein's going to go for YouTube. He has better connections at YouTube. This is on the Jerusalem Post, and the article is by Michael Freund. It says, Southern Lebanon is actually northern Israel. Opinion. Historically speaking, southern Lebanon is in fact northern Israel, and the roots of the Jewish people in that area run deep. Oh, well, that's great. I didn't know that. Apparently, southern Lebanon is part of Israel. I've heard that before. Don't they say that about Palestine as well? Anyways, let's read some more of that article, folks. Let's just.
I hate these news, bro, and this format, this news format, man.
Let's have some fun. So, as the IDF battles to clear southern Lebanon of Hezbollah terrorists, it is worth highlighting an intriguing historical fact, one that many seem to have forgotten. Having grown up with an international boundary between the Jewish state and our neighbors to the north, we take it for granted that this is how it has always been and should be. But the truth is that the current border between Israel and Lebanon is little more than a century old and is entirely artificial, a relic of a time when European colonialists whimsically drew lines on maps over a bottle of brandy in smoke-filled rooms. Historically speaking, southern Lebanon is in fact northern Israel, and the roots of the Jewish people in the area run deep. Whether or not this can or should be translated now into a political reality is a far more complex question, but there is simply no denying our connection to the land. I'm so fucking sick of hearing and reading this fucking shit. Indeed, back in biblical times, southern Lebanon was clearly part of the land of Israel. In the book of Genesis 10:19, it says, And the borders of Canaan reached from Sidon towards Gerar as far as Gaza, and then towards Sodom, Gomorrah, Adma, and Adma, يا اخوات الشرموطة بدكم تاخدوا لنا Adma, Adma, and Sivoim as far as Lasha. Sidon, a city in Lebanon, is about halfway between the current Israeli border and Beirut. Just prior to his death, our biblical patriarch Jacob blessed his 12 sons, and the blessings he gave to Zevulun was, Zevulun will live by the seashore and become a haven for ships. His border will extend towards Sidon. Okay, great. So if the Bible says it, look, I don't want to read any more of this bullshit. This is more...
Yeah, of course, some of
crazy.
the oldest cities in the world are Israeli.
Yeah.
Of course,
they are.
always. You know what I mean?
That makes so much sense.
I love reading this sort of thing. This is, again, manufacturing consent. They're just planting the seed in people's minds bit by bit. And then in 5 years, like, hey, we need to reclaim our promised land. Southern Lebanon has always been part of Israel. Again, they've tried to take parts of South Lebanon. They're going to try to take it now. Fun times.
You know what's funny is that whenever these European soldiers that you're talking about that were drinking brandy and drawing the lines on the map, you weren't even on the map. Like, Israel wasn't even on the map. There was only Palestine, Lebanon, Syria.
They had to get an eraser. They were like, ooh, is that Palestine? Sorry, let's just write Israel over it with a Sharpie, bro.
There was no Israel.
Israel was created with a fucking Sharpie, my man. Okay? So, have fun. Nour, you don't find this interesting, but I want to talk about the NPCs dating. You guys, we talked about the NPC trend on TikTok before. What's her name? Pinky Doll. Like, ooh, ice cream's so good. All these people doing these crazy things. Well, folks, there's been a match made in heaven, folks. NPC streamers Miles Morales and Pinky Doll are now dating.
Groundbreaking.
Two icons of the game. They're pioneers of the NPC trend on TikTok. They are now together, folks. So I'm guessing they met when they're both. Kai Cenat is doing like a whole month-long stream, like a subathon. So while Kai Cenat goes to sleep, he's hired these guys to like thank new subs by just doing like the NPC stuff. And I'm guessing they both met while they were there, and now they are dating, folks. Miles Morales has finally found his Gwen Stacy, and she's blonde just like Gwen Stacy. And for those of you who don't know who they are, Nadim, you're not familiar with these people?
I know Miles Morales.
This is NPC Miles Morales right here, and he gets into fights. Can you try to find some of the ones where he gets into fights with people? He's like, he breaks character and starts like insulting them.
Man, that was good. Want to see me flex, do you? Want to see me flex, do you? Too much ice cream makes me cold. Hey, thanks to those. Want to see me flex? Do you look at that? Look at me.
Here's footage of Miles actually getting mad at someone like on the streets.
Why you trying to dap me up?
Because I hope you get money,
Breaking
keep doing them
character,
shit,
which
get
is kinda
money, but it ain't what I do. I work hard. I gotta go to the job the next day. I have people to answer to.
You acting like a fan and then you acting like a bitch.
Bro, what's good?
Like why you acting nice and then you acting like an asshole? What the fuck is your
You
problem?
with some Lysol air.
Yeah, but you got that dog with you. So you don't want to fight. Look, you got that dog with you. You know you don't want to fight.
Some clown shit.
You know you don't want to fight. You got a whole. I got you. So since you got money, since you got money,
shut this shit down.
So since you got money, you trying to tell me
this shit been devastating.
Okay.
You ain't making no money.
Okay, so since you got money, you trying to fuck with me, right?
Yeah, do your little clown shit. Spray your ass.
Okay.
Dusty ass
Cool.
shit. Brooklyn,
Got
Fox,
you.
what's happening? You're a
you.
clown. Don't fuck with him. BK,
Jack,
nigga.
yo, come here though. Come talk to me. Come talk to me. Bro, this bitch, bro.
It's a bitch.
Dude, Miles Morales is unhinged, bro.
That dog came from somewhere. I bet you that ain't his fucking dog. I bet you that's not his fucking dog. I got my light with me. I bet you that's not his fucking
Go
dog,
rescue
bro.
the dog, Miles. You're a hero.
You seen somebody with a dog walking around here? He just walked down here, bro.
I was looking down at the ground the whole time.
Well, anyways, and here is Pinky Doll.
Imagine he gets so mad he starts throwing webs.
I mean, dude, Pinky is the real queen. Like, she's honestly, like, every time I see her, dude.
Good. Lipstick on my face. I don't think so. Yum, ice cream, so good. Candy, huh? Jeffrey, welcome to the team. It's us, a corn, huh? It's us, huh? Take it, queen. Hi, Idy. Hi, Uguna. Hi, Drake. Megan, welcome to the team. Hi, I am Lucky. Hi, Michelle. Yum, ice cream, so good. Huh? Take it, flow.
She's the best to ever do it.
Why is she popping popcorn on a straightening
I don't know.
iron?
She does that as well. I don't know. It's part of the SMR experience.
Damn.
It doesn't got to make sense. Don't question it. Just go with it. I'm happy for them. I'm very happy for them. Okay, personally, I think this is a beautiful couple. I want nothing but the best for them. I don't believe in Hollywood couples. Hollywood romances never last. But NPC Miles Morales and NPC
Might
Pinky
last.
Doll, I think this is
They sure will.
this is the love of a generation. This is the Gen Z romance that we should all be fighting for and rooting for.
I love you. I love you too. I love you. I love you too.
Ice cream, so good. Now that we've seen some American TikTokers, let's go back to Lebanese TikTokers, folks. Good old Lebanese weirdos, content creators. We have some returning favorites that you guys met last week, and we have some new characters to introduce you to. That's what we're going to be feeding you, drip feeding bit by bit. Let's start with a returning favorite, Lebanese Liver King, attending a kid's birthday party. There's nothing to sub here. You're just going to see some kids yelling, but just the reaction
Just screaming.
and the brain rot of this generation. Their reaction to seeing Lebanese Liver King, also known as Zak Bouaidi El Kriza, is kind of insane. It's like Batman himself stepped into this kid's birthday party, folks. Pandemonium. Everybody wants a photo with Liver King. They're all saying peace, Kenze Amis. His tagline. Amazing stuff, folks. Amazing. The kids are all right. The kids, the next generation of Lebanese kids, you know what I mean,
Lebanon
folks?
is saved.
We're fucked.
We're doing
Yeah.
good. We're doing good. We're going to introduce you guys to Joy Tassidis now. He is a Lebanese food blogger who is known for sort of speaking English, French, and Arabic in his videos. He's a little eccentric. He's a little fancy. He likes to go to all these nice, fancy places. Whether the country's being bombed, whatever's going on, earthquakes, people are dying, displaced, he doesn't care. Nothing will stop him from going to the latest restaurants, beach clubs, hotels, and sharing a bit of his lifestyle. He's fancy. He got some French, he got some English, he got some Arabic.
Also, one of the people who wanted to sue us.
One of the people
At 3 a.m.
Our third lawsuit threat came from Joy Tassidis. We were talking about him and his brother. We don't need to relitigate all of that. But here is our good friend Joy. We hope you guys enjoy him as much as we do.
Bonjour, لقيت أطيب ديسير in town. It's a new place اسمه نوغي à أشرفية. جربته مبارح et franchement j'ai adoré. C'est un salon de thé و pâtisserie كمان. جربت presque كل شي عندهم et tout était hyper bon. كتير في attention للديتاي بالديكور وبالأكل. فيكن تقعدوا تاخدوا ديسير مع كافيه أو تي أو فيكن تاخدوا معكم لي كوفخي لأن عندهم كوفخي للماكارون والإكلير كتير حلوين. وسون رح يصير في عندهم breakfast كمان. يلا follow for more.
We're going to have to mute that music using AI software as well.
Quality content.
Quality content. Look, he likes his fancy places. He likes his nice refined things. And
Like, I'd like to taste this eclair.
the one that was coated and like, yeah, that looked pretty good, right? All right, let's watch another one.
Bonjour, I finally tried
This looks
البيروتي على
good.
داون تاون. كتير ناس كانوا ناطرين انه يفتحوا لبنان لانه هو بالاساس بلش على دبي and it's super famous there. وبس جربته I understood what the hype is about et franchement j'ai adoré. It's definitely one of the best Lebanese food I've tried. Le menu est très varié وكل شيء كتير flavorful. القعدة aussi is typical downtown Beirut. في indoor outdoor and it's very big and comfy. If you haven't tried it yet, عن جد you're missing out. Et by the way, les desserts كمان كتير طيبين. يلا follow for more.
His opening, he says bonjour, bonjour. It's like pretty iconic. He's saying hello in French twice. Hello, hello. There's someone in Canada that's kind of ripping him off now, like who's also using all languages, like French, English, Arabic, mixing them together, trying all these fancy places in Canada. Joy is kind of a pioneer as well in the food space. You know what I mean? He's got a lot of copycats.
For sure.
We got a foodie boss who's also in Lebanon, who's like a not a full-on imitation, but like kind of a dollar store imitation of Joy Tasidis.
Less toned down.
Nadim عليك
version.
إيدك.
I thought I was in class. But I forgot if I told you, I saw Joy and Ron and Massimo Dutti.
Recently?
Like, and 2 weeks ago in Abessé Ashrafia.
Did they say anything to you? Or?
No, but we made like this stare contest for like a minute straight. And Ron Tasidis, I was looking at him. Bro.
Or just staring at each other?
Yeah.
The two of you?
And I was like, choosing my shirt.
They
and
hate
everything.
us, folks. They
hate us.
with a passion. Him and
Bro,
his brother.
and I'm sure he was talking about me because he was
Oh,
like,
definitely.
For
whispering
sure, for
something.
sure.
Definitely, definitely.
I saw them once in Avese and I left. I remember.
And Hickey and
everywhere.
Joy wasn't turning around. Like, was always like checking.
He's not.
The same pants.
I always like. I never want to run into him anymore because like at this point. Here, remember we introduced you guys to Feddo. Also, she threatened to sue us. Well, she actually moved forward with her lawsuit, but then retracted it. So this lawsuit went a little bit further than Joy's. So here she is. She boiled some chicken, so she's just like separating the chicken. And while she separates the chicken, she's singing a song about peace, folks, because she wants peace with Israel and no longer wants war. Singing in French.
7 milliards de gens sur terre qui n'ont pas besoin de guerre. 7 milliards de gens sur terre qui s'aimeront demain. Si tu marches vers l'étoile qui éclaire le matin, si tu refuses de croire que la faute est au voisin, qui sait penser à l'autre, si l'autre te le rend bien, l'amour est ton chemin.
Hi, you did this once. I followed your rhythm. You set it up with a shitty rhythm. Beautiful song, beautiful singing. We have one more new character, Teresia Haii. She's just a young girl who has lunch on camera, tells us about her lunch, and then usually she's joined by either her dad or her mom, and they just have lunch together. And
they're such a sweetheart.
And
so
they talk
cute.
about the cool. They're just cute. They're just this very sweet, innocent content. Okay, it's like wholesome as hell. We just love supporting her, so let's just watch. She's having a salad, I think, so let's have her talk about her salad.
هاي يا حلوين، كيفكم؟ ان شاء الله اني غدينا لليوم. اول شي مثل العاده بدنا نبلش بالسلطه، خس وبندوره وخيار وبصل.
This is the content.
انا بحط خل.
She likes it with vinegar. I love vinegar in my salads
I love
too.
vinegar.
With some olive oil, some good seasoning.
كتير طيبة. عطول قبل ما تتغدوا خدوا سلطة، كلوا سلطة أحسن.
She's right.
It's better to
Always have a salad before your main course.
وعلى اليوم معكرونة بحليب، ليكم منظر شو بشهي. تفضلوا تغدوا معنا.
That's her dad. What up, Ammo? So he had surgery like a year ago. He's doing okay
تفضلوا
now.
معنا معكرونة بحليب.
No. He doesn't have all his teeth, so he usually tends to suck on the food. But that's okay. It's not the first time I say that, Nadim. Welcoming the new audience. I'm just highlighting, like he tends to.
عشان طيبين.
He uses his gums to sort of mash the food into a
عن
paste.
جد أكلة ريحة بتشهي يوم يوم
Like
عن جد
صحتين.
أكلة
Ekle means like
Ekle,
it means
ekle.
like delicious. When she says that, it means like
In her little village accent, it's so cute.
yeah, it's a
شي
little
بشهي
accent.
صحتين
صحتين على قلبكم. I hope they're safe, man. I hope they're not being,
They are, I know,
bombed or
she's
anything.
posting.
Yeah, most probably she's from the north. Think she has the accent.
That's that for local Lebanese TikTokers. We got some more characters for you guys next week if you're interested. So let us know. Let us know who your favorites are. Anyone that you liked from last week that you'd like us to feature next week. Let us know.
I think we have to do like a Dr. Food timeline presentation.
Yeah, like
A full
definitely
timeline,
presentation.
like a Olivia style slideshow from
Yeah.
H3.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, if you guys are down for a Dr. Food, but like you're gonna do that. It's your responsibility.
I've always done the Dr. Food research.
It's your responsibility. Yeah, you want to get all those videos again.
Listen, Dr. Food is the cousin of Nour, by the way.
He is not.
We could do Dr. Food breakdown. Moving on. So Love is Blind. We reviewed it a couple of weeks ago. Love is Blind Habibi. We all liked it. It's a good adaptation. I'm a fan of Love is Blind in general. I think the Middle Eastern version pretty much nailed it for the most part.
They did.
Here is a clip that's kind of going viral online. This was one of the contestants, one of the participants. Her name was Safa. She ended up being married at the end of the season.
The only one who got married.
Yeah, and they're talking about like I think this is subtitled already. They're
She
talking
looks
about
like a wife, yeah. Anyway.
They're talking about whether women should contribute in a marriage or something.
I'm sorry, I'm totally against إنه the man has to provide 100%. بس هاد كان زمان لما كانت كل شيء رخيص. One person in a family was enough to provide for you to live in a normal kind of or in a standard معين. Yeah? هلا أنا ما بشوفها هيك. ما بشوفها إنه يعني قلة رجولة. No. هلا everything is expensive. وإذا البنت بتشتغل ليه ما بتساعد؟ ما هاد لبيتها لأولادها. هلا مين حيصرف على هاد مين حيصرف على هاد إنه it's okay to share. It's for my life, for our life, for our kids. So I see it totally normal. I know a lot of people are going to be like, لا, man should provide 100%. Okay, if he has, why not?
And the comments went insane.
Yeah,
they went crazy.
She's not saying anything insane. She's saying something extremely reasonable that I agree
logic,
with. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, I think in this day and age, the cost of living has gone up. Usually, like, one salary in a household isn't enough to support an entire family, unless someone is extremely wealthy and you have a whole bunch of money saved up, then maybe. But for most, like, middle-class people, one salary isn't enough to support a family. Expenses are going up. Kids, it costs a fortune to raise kids and a family and all of that sort of thing. Most families in America can't like afford $400 emergencies. Most people around the world are living paycheck to paycheck. So, yeah, the more people that can work in a household, usually, the better. But apparently, yeah, the comments aren't agreeing with her. So Yara Badawi says, is he going to split the pregnancy with you 50-50? Oh my God.
That's crazy.
5,000 likes for that comment. Yusuf Kabara says, this is the type of speech that makes men feel less obligated to be men. You want to help and split 50-50? That's cute and empathetic, but we provide and protect. You nurture and hold. Don't toy with nature, please. Jesus Christ.
I'm sure he's swimming in women.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure his partner is happy as fuck. Nour Wahabi says, somebody takes the microscope away from these pick-me women. Speak for yourself. Oh my God.
How is it pick me to want to help your partner and be part of this life you're building?
I mean, I definitely think when someone's pregnant or when maybe when someone has a family, like when kids are born, then yeah, if the lady or if the wife would like to take a couple of years off to spend time with the kids at home in those first couple of years, that is absolutely, like, I think the woman's choice. But like, I don't think that should be an expectation that a woman should stay home with the kids and like that's it, and the man's gonna provide. Again, if it's something that the couple wants and they're both happy in that scenario, then sure. Not everyone's the same, but like for her to get attacked for just saying something extremely fucking reasonable, like, hey, if I can help, if I have a job, and if I'm able to help, and I want to help and make my kid's life a little bit better, then I should. And yeah, more power to her.
Also, do you only fall in love with rich men? Is that your standard? If you can't give me everything and buy me purses and take me out to lunch with a full table, as Nour said.
Yeah, that's what some people want.
that's not the point of the relationship. What are you after?
Yeah. So some people want financial security above all else. Some people want love. It really depends. This is a comment by Dunya to
That's
Dunya.
so crazy, though.
Says, I don't agree with this one. Women like you are raising men who require princess treatment.
The man he requires princess.
So she's
treatment.
raising men. So if she has kids and she raises men, that her men are going to expect women to help out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good thing, yo. That's a good thing, of course. I guess these women are like anti-feminists. Like, is that what it is?
Yeah,
Like,
I think.
it's like the anti-feminist thing. Like, yeah, women shouldn't work.
They listen to Andrew Tate وهيك أكيد يعني.
Dina Powerlift, she says, this is the mentality which created feminine men and masculine women drifting us apart from each other.
Yeah, masculine women working and
So Dina,
helping.
She's literally
to
Dina powerlift.
yeah, powerlift. So don't you have like a business? Don't you have a job or a gym? Aren't you like a personal trainer? If you get married, do you want your husband to be like, sit the fuck home and don't go teaching powerlifting because I'm the man and you should be home caring for the kids? Like, don't you want your own independence and freedom if you want to start a business?
They just want to have fun hobbies and do nothing and.
Ms. Bod Monb says, Islamically, a man should be the breadwinner. Miss Ines says, Nour once said, El feminists kharabu aishatna, and she was right. So this one's saying that like Nour on the show said that, like feminists ruined it for other women, and she was right. Palm Tree Carolina says, Safa is not a girl's girl. I used to like her until the reunion. She is not a good person. What does that mean? What did she do at the reunion?
She's not a good
Nothing.
person.
She didn't say
The biggest
because she didn't defend the other girls.
Yeah, the biggest criticism I have of Safa is that like she was like kind of boring, like just maybe a boring character on the show.
They're like the safe couple.
Yeah, I like the non-safe, eccentric couples that fight all the time. Like to me, Safa was just like, yeah, the nice couple, and her husband seems really nice. But like, yeah, this is a crazy controversy. But again, the Middle East, women tend to be more princessy here in the Middle East, and men do tend to be more patriarchal and like traditional. So I'm not surprised at any of these comments. But a lot of people my age and from my generation and younger would not agree with all of this stuff. Obviously, women should work. I would love for a woman to work and like sharing the expenses of building a life, because that shit is expensive for sure.
I mean, if we're calling for equality and we want equal rights and whatever, this is equality.
Quickly, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, and then we're gonna get to the Lebanese Hollywood tier list, and we shall be done. Did you guys watch the fight? Did anyone watch the fight?
Yeah, I watched it. I fall asleep before, like after like 10 minutes from the fight. Then I woke up and saw the results.
So you didn't watch it?
No, but I watched the whole other fight. So.
I watched it. You've heard everyone say this at this point. It was kind of sad to watch. Obviously, Jake Paul is 27 years old. Mike Tyson is 58. There's almost nothing Mike Tyson could have done to win that fight. Part of me wanted to believe that he could do it, because like you see him training and you're like, maybe if he just catches him with like that one good clean punch on the chin. And the last thing to leave a boxer is his power. So I was like, just get him. But after that first round, it was pretty clear that Mike didn't have the legs in him anymore. Yeah. So it was kind of sad to see. I'm glad. I hate giving Jake Paul any credit, and I don't want to give him credit because he's the one who put this old man in the ring to get beaten up in the first place. But Jake didn't knock him out. It was clear he wasn't trying to hurt Mike. He did at the beginning, but he wasn't like at the end. He kind of, when he saw Mike getting really tired, he kind of like put his foot off the gas. It was good. He gave Mike his respect. I'm glad that Mike got that moment. He released a really nice tweet saying how like he almost died 6 months ago. He lost a lot of blood. He had to get a bunch of blood transfusions, and he was just happy to be able to stand on stage in front of his kids and show them that for the last time, and show them that a 58-year-old man could stand toe-to-toe with a 27-year-old. That was very inspiring. Mike,
I mean, they both got a shit ton of money.
They both made a lot of money.
Either of them.
Of course.
Mike is a legend. He'll always be a legend. But this is just what made me laugh. This is all I wanted. I want to talk about it just for this. So these guys paid $2 million to watch the Mike Tyson fight live, ringside, and this is their situation. So they paid $2 million for these seats. They're literally watching TV, bro. There's a TV. The guy who paid $2 million is staring at the television, bro, and sitting on a lazy boy. Couldn't you have done this at home? That's how I watch the fucking fight, on TV. And look at these.
For free.
And look at these snacks. These are $2 million. What is this, like popcorn and like some chow mein? Like, is this some noodles?
Looks like.
And like, what is this, like kale, deep fried kale, or like freeze-dried kale and carrots? Like, what is this, bro? And like some Celsius drinks? This is like, at least the guy over there. And by the way, look at this guy here. This dude, check out his phone. His phone is fucking smashed. Like, everyone on Twitter is like, how did this guy buy a $2 million ticket if his phone is all fucked up? Like, his phone is completely fucking smashed. Yeah. Like, this, I just find this hilarious. And again, at least this guy's looking at the ring. This dude's just staring at the TV, man.
With headsets on.
$2 million? This is just unreal. Like, these are like the people who went to the Fire Festival and like got cheese and ham sandwiches and like slept in tents.
Bro, like most probably this is the director. No way, it's
bro. This
The
is
director wouldn't sit there.
dude, this is fucking
for sure.
hilarious, man. This is so fucking funny.
I don't know.
But again, I watched it. What was funny? Like there were so many people watching the stream at the same time that Netflix wasn't working.
Yeah,
I had Netflix
it-
loaded up
it
on my
buffered.
laptop. I had
I
Netflix loaded
heard.
up on my phone and on my TV. And then when Netflix stopped working, I literally tried to illegally stream the fight. I pay for Netflix. I have Netflix. I literally had Netflix open and it wasn't working. So I had to open an illegal stream in parallel to try and watch the fucking fight. And
Was it buffering on the legal stream?
not really, but I was happy. I'm like, finally, like I don't have to like worry about getting a pay-per-view or something. This is on Netflix. I'm just gonna stream it live. Woke up in the fucking middle of the night to watch it, and it was unfucking watchable, bro. I literally had 3 screens, and I'm like trying to fucking see, like here, it would stop buffering here. I would pause it, and I would let this buffer, and then I would watch this and switch and close. It was fucking crazy, bro.
I saw the title of a Netflix live event. It was just so absurd.
But it was a fun event. Like, it was an exciting event, and I am excited. It is fun to see these sports events on Netflix because you felt like the whole world was watching at the same fucking time, which was a cool fucking feeling. Like, you knew everyone was fucking tuned in. People who never watch boxing, the fact that it's on there, it's so easy to access. You don't have to pay a $20, $30, $40 premium to watch it. I think it encouraged people who would never watch this
watch
kind of
sports,
thing to watch it. So it was fun. It was a nice event. It's just that, it's just, you don't put a 58-year-old in the ring to fight a 27-year-old. Like, that was just fucked up. But Mike, we love you, even though apparently he's a Zionist. So
Yeah,
listen.
I know. I wanted to ask why is Mike Tyson? Okay, I get he's a legend in boxing, whatever, but the man has lived a horrible life. He's like a really awful person, isn't he?
But he's reformed. He's reformed. He's changed. Like, he's turned his life around a lot. So I mean, if people can't get forgiveness, if people can't turn their life around, then shit. Anytime someone makes a mistake, let's kill him or throw him in jail.
After he's got money, I feel he's gonna stop stealing and beating people up.
I'm not gonna defend Mike Tyson's past, but I will say he's a changed man. And if you're willing to accept his changes, his reformed
Sure he
person,
is.
then he is. No, he really is. You don't have to love him. So
I'm really excited for Monday Night Raw on Netflix, to be honest.
yeah, it's they're doing more sports stuff. I think they also kind of some streaming service signed a deal with like the NFL. So I think it was like NBC Sport, like Peacock or something, going to start streaming sports
Fake Christmas something like that. Christmas football
on Netflix.
Yeah,
It's gonna be-
Netflix.
I don't know what
Netflix,
it's really
yeah.
There's
called.
Beyonce, something like
The
that.
sports stuff is gonna be fun on Netflix. I think it's a good idea. It's a good idea for them to get into sports because it's the biggest thing ever. Like, I don't even watch wrestling anymore, but if it's on Netflix, I might tune into like a Monday Night Raw just for fun. Like,
Wow,
hey, it's
bro.
on here. It's streaming. It's one button away.
You can watch
Exactly
I might do
as you were saying, no, it really is. It makes it easier for people to watch. So I would have watched Tyson versus Paul if it weren't at 3 a.m.
Yeah,
here.
if it was in the middle of the night. Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear you. All right, folks, it's time to get into the Lebanese celebrity tier list. We have 13 names, actors, actresses, just famous people in Hollywood that have some kind of tie to Lebanon. Okay, hopefully you guys will know most of these names. A lot of these people I did not even know had any Lebanese ties to Lebanon, so I was surprised by some of these. I think you guys are going to be surprised by some of these. This should be pretty fun. This is just like any other regular tier list. The top level is S tier, all the way down to F. I don't think we're going to have a lot of Fs here. Let's see. Let's see what's up. Starting with, do we start with Keanu Reeves? This one's a big one. Let's start with Keanu Reeves, shall we?
Start. I think this is easy.
This one's easy,
This is
obviously.
super
Keanu
easy.
Reeves, folks, is an
Goes to
obvious
the
S tier. We
tier.
love who
We
doesn't love
love him.
Keanu Reeves. And by the way, so why is Keanu Reeves on here? He was born in Beirut and raised in Toronto, but like, I think he's like half Hawaiian or something. But he was definitely born in Beirut, is all we know. So that's enough to claim him as Lebanese. I'm sorry, okay? He can also be, if he's half Hawaiian, whatever, wherever his parents are from, he's from there too. So his mother is English and his father is an American from Hawaii. So, okay, yeah, so. But he was born in Beirut. Keanu Reeves is one of us. Lebanon, Habib Albi, Keanu. So Keanu is an S tier.
Keanu.
Extremely obvious. So he's the greatest. John Wick, The Matrix, everybody loves Keanu Reeves, okay? Well, this is kind of random. You guys are not going to know. This is William Peter Blatty. Now, William Peter Blatty, for those of you who don't know, is the author of The Exorcist, like the novel The Exorcist, and he wrote the screenplay for the film, and it's my favorite horror film. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I fucking love The Exorcist. I worship that movie. I had no idea that William Peter Blatty was Lebanese. So and like a personal ranking, to me, this is an S because The Exorcist means so much to me. That movie freaked the living shit out of me when I was young, but I've never forgotten it. It is the standard for horror films, I think. It truly is a masterpiece. It was nominated for Best Picture in the 70s. Like, people were passing out in cinemas when it came out. I would give him an S. I know you guys aren't as attached to The Exorcist.
Are we ranking them حسب the popularity تبعهم?
Just how good they are as Lebanese people, how we value them as Lebanese celebrities in Hollywood. Like, what's their value?
I like The Exorcist. It's not my favorite movie.
I think
put it an A, بركة.
Easy A in my opinion. Like, fucking like, it's a legendary film and it's a legendary novel. Like, The Exorcist deserves our respect. This is my show, goddammit. He's getting an A. Amal Alamuddin, what was her last name? Amal Alamuddin. She is George Clooney's wife. She is a famous like human rights lawyer.
She's great.
She's great, but she hasn't said shit about Palestine.
No, she's done the thing at the International Court.
What thing at the International Court?
I'm not the best person to describe what it is, but she appealed something against Israelis.
The ICC thing is very performative. Like, it's just like, yeah, it feels good to hear that, like, yeah, there's a arrest warrant against Yoav Galan and against Netanyahu, but she was silent for literal months, bro. So I don't know if she did that because of pressure or I don't know what to rank her. I'm confused.
We can give her like a C.
But you know what?
This threw me for a loop.
Like, George Clooney in Lebanon, he's like George Clooney. So no,
Uncle George.
Her being his wife.
But has she said anything other than the ICC stuff? Is that it? C. Look, she's getting a C. We're spending too much time on her.
I think
she's
C.
getting a C because I remember for months people were just shitting on her for not saying anything, and I didn't even hear about the ICC thing until you mentioned it.
All right.
Nick Tarabai. Now this guy, you guys are definitely not gonna know Nick Tarabai.
I don't know him.
But if you're fans of Spartacus, the TV show, he played Asher, the Syrian slave / gladiator. I was a big fan of Spartacus. I think it was a really good show. The first 2 seasons at least. So Nick Tarabai.
All yours.
If you guys have not seen,
no.
I'll leave you out of it.
I've seen Spartacus was in the first one.
Yeah, the Syrian guy.
Yeah.
Asher, that guy.
guy.
He's Lebanese, Nick Tarabai, our boy. So let's give him a D. No one really knows who he is.
He's not that popular.
But
no, bless him. Better.
That D, he literally. I only put him on the list because of Spartacus. I love that show. I own the first 2 seasons on Blu-ray, so I'm a big fan. Nick Tarabai. We hope you get more acting gigs. Mr. Wonderful, folks. Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank. I had no idea he was Lebanese.
I had no clue.
He's at least half Lebanese or something.
What?
So he's got Lebanese roots. Mr. Wonderful. Now I'm a big fan of Shark Tank. I fucking love Shark Tank. I've been so many seasons of Shark Tank, and Mr. Wonderful is easily the funniest person on that panel. But he's kind of an asshole. I think
he's a dick.
He's like a Trump supporter. Like, as far as I know, like politically, I stand very opposed to Mr. Wonderful. But he's funny. He's entertaining. I don't know. Like
I don't like him.
Yeah.
If he's not on Shark Tank, it's not as interesting. Like, he makes the show way more entertaining. And
I know, I'd give him a D.
You kind of love to hate him. I don't know. I'd give him kind of like a B or something, man. He's very entertaining. And the show, and Shark Tank is a great show.
Let's do C.
It's a great format. C?
C is like the middle ground.
All right, let's give him a C. Let's give Mr. Wonderful a C. He's kind of not that wonderful, apparently.
Mr. Average.
Selma Hayek, legendary actress. So her father is Sami Hayek Dominguez. So they're from Mexico, but he's of Lebanese descent. So her father is Sami Hayek. Hayek is a very common last name here in Lebanon.
I like her, but I feel she's never acknowledged her Lebanese side.
Really?
Like,
I think
Bella, she did the movie with Gibran.
Yeah,
Gibran.
she narrated The Prophet.
Yeah.
They did like an animated film of Gibran Khalil Gibran.
And she came to Lebanon and it was like a thing.
I was going to give her an S, bro. I was going to put her right next to Keanu
I give her
Reeves.
an S, yeah.
She's one of our pride and joys.
She's Selma Hayek.
Selma Hayek, bro. She's a legend.
Has she been speaking up about us?
No idea. But I think she's done enough in the past. Like Amal, she's only known for being a human rights lawyer, so her being silent about Palestine was weird. But like Salma Hayek is an actress. I don't need her to say anything, to be honest with you. I kind of cringe when actors.
We'll give her an A.
La, she's S. Salma Hayek.
Khalas,
yeah, she's S. A. Salma Hayek. All right, so up next we have Shakira, a legendary singer, Colombian singer and performer. She was born Shakira Mbarak to a Lebanese father and a Spanish-Italian mother. She's a 42-year-old multi-platinum singer, blah, blah, blah.
I know she gets a lot of shit online for never speaking up about Lebanon.
I read that she visited in 2018. Nadim, you just said that she refused to play a concert in Tel Aviv.
Yes.
I mean, Shakira.
The problem is that she was going there in the first place.
Yeah, but she's a legend, bro. Shakira,
Shakira, Waka Waka,
hips
bro.
don't lie. Waka Waka.
I feel like she's never like batted an eye.
We don't have anyone in B.
Yeah, but she makes like she takes all our dancing and calls it Colombian.
Does she? I think she's pretty known as an Arab, no, as a Lebanese.
Like yeah, no, Shakira. Like everyone here in Lebanon talks about Shakira.
Yeah, in Lebanon, but like she doesn't give a fuck about us.
Shakira.
Look, we'll give her a B. We'll give her a B just for, I guess, she relates more to her Colombian side, I guess.
Not good enough.
Than her Lebanese side. But she's Lebanese, remember, and she's been here. My cousin used to play tennis with her when she was a kid, actually. Fun fact. Tony Shalhoub. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, I've never watched Monk, but I know Tony Shalhoub's face. He's a legendary comedic actor. I like his face. He seems like a nice guy. Just by that, I'll give him a B. Just his name is Tony Shalhoub. It's such a Lebanese name. You know what I mean? I think that's a good B.
Okay.
Any of you guys watch Monk? Anyone here like Tony Shalhoub? Let's not spend too much time on it. A good B for good old Tony. Should be good. Vince Vaughn. Now, that one was fucking surprising. I had no idea Vince Vaughn was Lebanese.
Who's that?
Vince Vaughn. So this came out, blah, blah, blah. Let me read. So he has Lebanese roots from his paternal grandmother who comes from the Saba family of Inabit. Inabit? I don't know what that means. But yeah, so he also has roots in Italy, Holland, England, Ireland, Scotland, blah, blah, blah. But Vince Vaughn, folks, Vince Vaughn has Lebanese roots. I love Vince Vaughn. I
like him.
He was very prominent in the last few seasons of Curb Your Enthusiasm. Now, I don't know if Larry David is a Zionist or not, but like I used to really love Curb Your Enthusiasm. So he was in Old School, which I love, one of the fucking funniest comedies. He was in Dodgeball, Wedding Crashers. I'm a big fan of Vince Vaughn. And he's also in Brawl and Cell Block 99, a really good fucking movie. So Vince Vaughn is Lebanese. That's fucking crazy. I'm going to give him, let's give him either a B or an A, like an A. I think Vince Vaughn should be an A, bro. And to me, like, this is a new revelation as a Lebanese man. That's fucking crazy.
Let's do A.
Let's fucking go. Now, Zoe Saldana. This one was shocking to me. I had no idea. Zoe Saldana. So here's a little blurb. So she was born in New Jersey to a Dominican dad and a Puerto Rican mom. Zoe confirmed that she's also part Lebanese and that she's proud of her Middle Eastern roots and food. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. When I was in college, my laptop desktop photo was a picture of Zoe Saldana. I was in love with Zoe Saldana, folks. I thought she was one of the most beautiful women on earth. She still is.
She is.
Gorgeous. She's in some of the highest grossing movies of all time, like the Avatar movies. She's in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. She's in like Star Trek movies. She's in so many big movies. She's a talented actress. She's great. The fact that we can claim her as our own, as Lebanese, I think
deserves an S.
I think she's an S, bro. Zoe Saldana deserves an S.
I think the fact that she was your desktop wallpaper.
That's enough. That's enough to make her an S. Next, we got Shannon Elizabeth, who I don't think anyone is going to know unless you're a millennial. She was in American Pie. She was like the foreign exchange student in American Pie. She was like the dream girl that every young millennial was obsessed with.
Like it.
I never was that into Shannon Elizabeth, but like American Pie was a very big deal. She was a big part of American Pie. I think she deserves to be somewhere on this list. I think we could put her next to Nick Tarabai at the D level.
Sure.
You know, like bottom level of like Lebanese actors that maybe could get more roles, but we love them and we respect them because they're from here. We love you, Shannon. We love you, Nick. You're not on D because you're bad. You're just not as famous as everyone else, but like you guys are great. Mika, the singer.
I love Mika.
Mika's great.
Yeah,
he's a
I
French
love him
singer. He's very entertaining. He's been like a coach on like The Voice, the French voice. I think
he loves Lebanon.
He loves Lebanon.
He always did a song with Mashroua Leila.
He did a song with Mashroua Leila. He always does fundraisers. He tries to help after the August 4th blast happened.
Elijah's been on his
music video.
Oh, really? Elijah's been in a video?
Yeah, we've seen it.
Oh, that's crazy. I can't remember.
He almost kisses the girl.
I can't remember anymore if it was like a commercial or something. I think we could give Mika
an S.
I would give him an A.
S.
No.
S? Let's give him
If someone deserves it, it's Mika.
Well, he does.
He loves Lebanon.
He does. Well, as long as he loves Lebanon, then that's great. Finally, folks, the final name on this list. This one's for my dad. The only reason I put this on here is for him. Paul Anka. One of the old school singers. Like when you think Frank Sinatra, you think Tom Jones. Paul Anka is one of those names, folks. A classic crooner.
I love him.
He's a legend. Let me just see what songs he sang that I can just.
Put your head on my shoulder.
Yeah, put your head on my shoulders. Puppy Love, Diana, Lonely Boy, I Love You, Baby. I love you, babe. Is that Paul Anka?
Damn.
I think everyone's covered that
or maybe
song
it's a
at
cover.
some point.
But Paul Anka is a fucking legend. So just for that,
He deserves an A.
He deserves an A, I think. Paul Anka.
Papa is good for him.
Paul Anka. Let's give him a nice A. That's it, folks. That's it for our list of Lebanese Hollywood celebrities and stars. If there's anyone that we missed, please let us know in the comments. But I think that should be it for the most part.
Also, if any one of them is a Zionist, we didn't know.
Yeah, please let us know. If someone is a Zionist, please let us know in the comments because we were not aware. And finally, we actually forgot this segment. This was just some stuff that I wanted to highlight about the U.S. Speaking of the ICC court case and Amal, here are some tweets from American congressmen or senators, politicians, both Republicans and Democrats, rejecting the ICC investigations into the Israeli war crimes. This is John Fetterman, by the way, a Democrat who recently had a stroke, by the way. So he's not all there. Let's just say that. Here's what he had to say. Pope Francis calls for a genocide investigation in Gaza, and John Fetterman says, I reject the accusation and investigation in the strongest terms. Okay, you Zionist fuck. Here we have Senator John Thune, who I think is a Republican. He says, if the ICC and its prosecutor do not reverse their outrageous and unlawful actions to pursue arrest warrants against Israeli officials, the Senate should immediately pass sanctions legislation, as the House has already done on a bipartisan basis. If Majority Leader Schumer does not act, the Senate Republican majority will stand with our key ally Israel and make this and other supportive legislation a top priority in the next Congress. So instead of working to lower prices for Americans or provide housing for Americans without housing or provide financial support for people without who need money, they want to make sure that we don't arrest Israeli officials for war crimes. Great! Here is Senator Susan Collins, who quote tweets Senator John and says, I agree with Senator John Thune. The ICC must abandon its unlawful pursuit of arrest warrants against Israeli officials. If it fails to do so, the Senate should immediately consider the bipartisan legislation passed by the House to sanction the ICC. The U.S. stands with Israel. And notice all these tweets are coming out at the same time because they probably got an email from AIPAC, the lobby that funds all these motherfuckers, like, hey, it's time to voice your support for Israel. Make sure to send out a tweet. Here are the talking points that you need to hit. Like fucking clockwork. And here's Senator Lindsey Graham, dumbest motherfucker alive, also quote tweets Senator Thune and says, well done, Senator Thune. The ICC's actions against Israel have been outrageous, and an independent review into the prosecutor's actions is more than called for. The Senate should take up the ICC sanctions bill that passed the House in a bipartisan manner. Standing up for Israel today protects America tomorrow. So Americans
insane.
Fucking glazing and sucking Israel's ass. We're back, baby. Trump is back. Let's fucking go. Israel first, baby. Forget America first. It's all about Israel. Here is a video of Trump talking about wanting to kick out anyone who supports Palestine from American universities.
And here's what I will do to defeat anti-Semitism and defend our Jewish citizens in America. My first week back in the Oval Office, my administration will inform every college president that if you do not end anti-Semitic propaganda, they will lose their accreditation and federal taxpayer.
Ethan Klein's happy about that, huh? Ethan's rejoicing.
What the fuck?
You can't criticize anything anymore, bro.
Truth is, you don't have to do much after that. When you do that, it's going to work miracles. Please sit down. We will not subsidize the creation of terrorist sympathizers, and we're not going to do it certainly on American soil. We're not going to do it anywhere. Next, I will inform every educational institution in our land that if they permit violence, harassment, or threats against Jewish students, the schools will be held accountable for violations of the civil rights law. It's very important.
Woo!
America.
Jewish Americans must have equal protection under the law. They're going to get it. At the same time, my administration will move swiftly to restore safety for Jewish students and Jewish people.
What about Arab Americans? What about Muslim Americans? What about their safety? What about Islamophobia? You crazy fucking asshole. So here's a video of Vivek Ramaswamy. This guy also ran for president last election, and he lost to Donald Trump, obviously. But here he is sort of, again, pledging his full support to Israel. Good old Republican lackey, Trump, little bitch boy, Zionist.
If Israel wants to destroy Hamas, Israel should go ahead and destroy Hamas. If Israel wants to destroy Hezbollah, Israel should go ahead and destroy Hezbollah. If Israel and Mossad want to pull off Munich 2.0 and take out every last leader of Hamas, wherever they may be hiding from Doha to Dresden, host a red wedding at the Four Seasons in Qatar, the next time Haniyeh and Mashal show up, they should go ahead and do it. If Israel wants to at long last abandon the myth of a two-state solution, Israel should go ahead and abandon a two-state solution. The rest of the Arab world can absorb Palestinians just as the Jews absorbed their people out of 22 countries they were kicked out of since 1948. I would love nothing more than for the IDF to put the heads of the top 100 Hamas leaders on stakes and line them up on the Israel-Gaza border as a sign that October 7, 2023 will never happen again. That is Israel's decision to make, not ours. That is what David Ben-Gurion would tell Israel to do. That is what George Washington would tell the United States to do.
This man strikes me as a sad Indian man, refugee, who was trying so hard to assimilate and to be part of like
kiss ass.
the American conversation. Like he wants to seem like the farthest thing from a refugee, from like an Indian. He's like, I want to be like the craziest fucking white man Republican, and he just fucking spews the most fucking unhinged shit so that he feels like he belongs. You know what I mean? Don't look at me as the Indian guy. Look at me as this fucking crazy war hawk who's like, fuck yeah, Israel. Let's fucking go, baby. USA. So here's a tweet by Superintendent Ryan Walters, who is a superintendent in Oklahoma classrooms, announcing that the Bible is coming back to the classroom in America now that Trump is president.
I'm excited to announce today that Oklahoma is the first state to bring the Bible back to the classroom.
Yeehaw.
Today we purchased over 500 Bibles that will be in the AP government classrooms across the state. Bible just like this.
Good old Bible.
We have the Bible, the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights. These are foundational documents in our nation's history. Our kids have to understand the role the Bible played in influencing American history. It's very clear that the radical left has driven the Bible out of the classroom, which leads to a lack of understanding of American history. We will not stop until we've brought the Bible back to every classroom in the state.
The radical woke mind virus wants to get Jesus out of our kids' lives. God damn it. Yeah, so the Bible's making a comeback. This was a nice tweet by
The Bible making a comeback.
Bakhti Nishanov. He says, I'm Muslim. If somebody tried to bring the Quran into my children's public schools, I would fiercely oppose it. Not only out of respect for other people's faiths, or lack thereof, but also because making religion a political instrument corrupts faith. So that is a great point. The Bible has no room in the classroom. If you want to teach your kids about, Jesus and stuff, put them in Sunday school. But schools should remain neutral ground. Don't bring religion into it. And America's a multicultural country with people that are Buddhists, Muslims, all sorts of religions. You got Jewish people in there. Don't be putting no Bibles in the classroom. That makes no sense. Here is Joe Biden visiting the Amazon forest and then just walking away into obscurity, folks. This is the end of his presidency.
I love this one.
Joe Biden is just leaving forever. Goodbye, Joe. God bless you, Joe. Thank you for your service, Joe. As he walks back into where he came from, into nature. God bless you, Joe Biden.
So
4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years.
That is
where is
absolutely
he? No one knows where he's going.
Yeah, literally.
He's just saying goodbye and he's walking into the forest.
There's no path.
There's nothing, bro. He doesn't know where he's going. Nobody knows where he's going.
He thought he was going back into his office.
Well, that's it for our fun little episode, folks. Hopefully you guys had a good time. I think I'm getting sick, by the way. So this was the last day where I could record this week without sounding...
And I'm very sleepy.
...like death.
I'm hungry.
We're going to shoot our Patreon segment in a second. I'm going to get you guys the juices. But before we get to that, so stay tuned.
I forgot about
Patrons,
that.
you're gonna get to watch these guys try the most disgusting Maestro juices ever. Let me just take a second to thank our brand new patrons one more time because you guys are fucking amazing. Our brand new patrons like Wabs, Mello, Viva la Lisa, Dimitar Tasev, Kokomo, Cubi, Nicolas, Tushianu, and superhero patrons like Ragad and Inky. We love you guys so much. Let me thank some abductee patrons. Abductee patrons like Marilyn Basbous, Rana Zahir, Lou, Taylor Swift, and Habura Zariura. Blonde patrons like Nour Jabour, Ziad Mgherbil, Que Dieu bénisse tout le monde. Superhero patrons like Rayadi, Kevin Masad, Rami Elmir, and our got-your patrons, Irfat Fakih, Eliane Mujabir, Jessica Ann, Jack Sleeman, Sisu Hayek, Dominic Selzer, Tamara Isa, and Google Sensors. We love you guys. Stay tuned for next week. Patrons, stay tuned for the Maestro Taste Test. And everyone else,
to know.